Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the full moon tarot reading for the sign of Virgo. So just to explain, I will be using a custom spread and pulling from the World Unknown tarot, clarifying with the intuitive as always. Now the reason I wanted to do this this type of reading is because, as you may already be aware, we do have a full moon coming up on the 14th of September. So usually around the time of the full moon there will be some kind of circumstance, information, something of some description will be revealed to you at that time. Usually something that has been hidden for a number of days, weeks, months, potentially even years, will be brought to the surface, right? So there's always this revelation that comes into play around the time of the full moon, and it's usually emotionally charged as well. So that's why it's good to know in advance what that could be, so that you can prepare, right? And you'll be better equipped to deal with whatever comes out of that circumstances or situation. So let's just get stuck in then, shall we, and see what's going on for you right now. Sorry, my brain is a little bit fried. So yeah, I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. Always do when I'm tired, and I'm perpetually tired at the moment. So yeah, definitely need to get more rest, I think. So what's going on for you at the moment? What's in your present circumstances? Virgo. Okay, so you've got the Eight of Swords in the upper end. So you may have been overcoming many challenges in this time. There may have been some circumstances that have led you to have the need to recuperate, right? So come out of this space of trying to deal with so many things at once, and rectify many issues, reconcile many problems, and you're just needing to take that breath and just remove yourself from everything and recuperate, recover your energy. That's what I feel like is being communicated here with this card at the moment. That's the energy I get from it, that you're in recuperation mode, right? That you need to recover and rest from a whole bunch of circumstances that have taken place recently. See if we can just pull some more. Okay, so you've got the Sun of Cups in reverse, which is the Knight of Cups, and then you've also got the Seven of Cups in reverse. So I feel like these circumstances were very emotional drain for you, right? That it really did take its toll on you emotionally. It took your drive away from you, right? You didn't feel like you had any more to give. You gave it all you could, and you have nothing left. You've been left feeling very depleted at this time because these circumstances were very stressful. They may have been very emotional for you, dealing with them. So now you're just really taking the time for yourself. You're coming away from the chaos and just having a respite so that you can recuperate, recharge, and get back to how you want to feel, right? That's what I feel like, especially with this Temperance coming up, that you're just taking a step back from these circumstances and potentially some specific individuals that are related to them. So how are you feeling right now? That's another thing I want to know. Him flying out. Okay, and you've got the Three of Swords in reverse. So there may have been a very toxic dynamic that you've just come out of, and you're just tired. You're really tired, you're mentally drained, you're emotionally drained, as we can see from the previous cards. So you're just coming out of this toxic circumstance. It could be that you found out something, maybe that you had some information come to light that really did a number on you. Could be that your partner was cheating on you and you found out by the other person. It could be that there was some deception in the household on some level between certain family members, and you found out that someone in your family was doing you wrong, or someone you care about wrong in some way, and you found out about that. But I feel like something was communicated, or some information was brought to light, and that was the catalyst for this chaos, right, that ensued afterwards. And now you've just kind of come away from that, and you're like, okay, I really need to just breathe again. You know, I feel absolutely screwed on every level, right? I'm tired, I'm emotionally, mentally drained. It's taken all of my energy to try and deal with this situation. I just need to be for a while. I just need to be left alone so I can just relax and recover, recharge, yeah? It's got the Wheel of Fortune as well in reverse, so yeah, you're coming away from these circumstances, you're coming away from people because you don't want to engage in this toxic situation anymore. You know, you see it for what it is and you don't want to be a part of that merry-go-round, you know. So that's why you're coming away from it. You're just done. Whatever it is, it's in your mind, it's done. So, okay, so what is it that you're projecting right now? What is it that people are seeing from you at this current time? Okay, so you've got the Two of Swords and the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So I think people have seen a change in you. I think they've seen that you've kind of, you know, you've been acting on this situation, you've been doing everything you can to try and rectify it, but now you're just coming away from it completely, right? You made the decision that you've done all that you can to deal with it, but now you need to just come away and really focus on yourself because you are not at your best. You're far from that. So you're really taking, this is like very much self-care energy in this kind of reading. That's what I feel like. So yeah, you're just coming away from those circumstances. You're taking care of your healing, your well-being, your emotional, mental well-being, making yourself feel grounded and centered again, recovering from whatever deception or whatever information came to your awareness that caused you pain, and just, you know, really, you know, thinking of the self in this time because you know you need to, you absolutely need to. You've been dealing with the practical side of things, you've been dealing with, you know, how to, you know, resolve the issue in that way, but now you need to do the inner work, and that's what you're saying, you know, that you're communicating with others as well, that you just need to come away from everything. You don't want to talk about it right now, you just want to focus on healing yourself. Because, yeah, you're done with being in that energy, right? If this was in the upright. That was your energy throughout the duration of this circumstance, right? The Five of Cups. But we're going in reverse because you're kind of saying, I'm done with that now. I just need to recover. I just need the time and space to do the healing that I need. Because I have been abandoned by this person, or I have been deceived by this person, or these circumstances have had a very detrimental impact on my well-being, so I need to address that, you know. And as such, there's going to be consequences. Whoever did do this, they are going to see some kind of karmic consequences very soon, actually. It's almost like immediate karma, and you're going to feel that as well in some way. I feel like you know, the universe knows what you've been through. It knows that you've suffered in some way because of this circumstance. So it's encouraging you to take that respite, to really nurture yourself and be a mother to yourself in this time. Because, you know, things will change, things are changing. And, you know, it's reassuring you that you're doing the right thing by, you know, standing your ground, dealing with the situation, but then coming away and taking care of yourself, okay? So what can you expect in regards to, you know, I mean, before I get to that actually, sorry, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. What is it that's also driving you in this need to just be away from people and to focus on your self-care? Because there may be another catalyst involved here. Ooh. Okay, so I feel like you're kind of just done in general. I think that for a long time you haven't been doing that. You haven't been doing the work on yourself. You've been more occupied with what's going on with everyone in this circumstance or in other situations that you've had around you. And you've really been more focused on helping everyone else, you know, making sure everyone else is on equal footing, dealing with all practical matters, right? But now you're really realizing that actually I need to take care of myself. I need to think about my own well-being. I need to think about my own healing. I need to think about my own journey, right? And that's what you're doing. That's why the Fool's come up. This is like the catalyst for this change, right? And just communicating the need to just be alone for a while so that you can do this work, because you recognize that you've just burnt yourself out completely, especially with this circumstance, and you're just like, I just can't do this anymore. I need to change how I go about things, because I just feel like people are taking advantage, people are just expecting me to fix everything, and it's not my job to fix everything, you know. They have to take responsibility for their actions. I need to focus on me now, and I feel like that's what you're communicating, as well as the energy you're embodying. So you're really focused on, you know, stepping into that newness of, you know, self-care, self-love, okay? And then with the Magician as well coming up, you're really thinking about what it is that you actually want to be associated with. Like, who are the people you want to spend your time with? You know, what kind of energy you want around you? You know, what do you want in your life? I feel this is what's being communicated. It's like, okay, it's clear that this situation was not what you wanted. So what is it that you do want? And that's what you're thinking about. You're really thinking about the kind of people, the kind of circumstances, the kind of environment you want to be in, right? Because none of this is serving you. So you're really taking the time out. So part of this recuperation is also to have the space and time to work out what it is that you want, and the kind of connections you want to have in your life. Because at the moment, at least one or two of them are not fulfilling you, you know, and these are significant connections. So you're really looking back and assessing what it is that you want, I feel. Okay then, so what is going to be revealed to you around this time, right? So it's likely it will occur over the next few days, but it's highly likely it can occur particularly between the 13th and the 15th of September, right? So when the moon is transitioning, because the energies are just at its highest at that point. So, okay, so you've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you're going to realize that your environment no longer serves you and that you have to leave, I feel like you're going to realize that you don't even want to be in this environment anymore, that you don't want to be around these people anymore. I think you're going to think about relocating. I get that feeling strongly, that you're going to get up and leave, right? Very soon. You're done. You don't want to be here anymore in this place, this circumstance with these people. You are literally thinking of packing your bags and leaving, some of you. For some of you, I think you just realize that this environment doesn't give you the stability that you were longing for, and you need to change that, right? But I feel like some of you are literally just going to pack your bags and go, especially if you did find out that your partner was cheating. Some of you are literally going to walk out the door. I don't know if it will be around the time of the full moon, but that will come to your mind around that time. You'll just be like, no. Maybe there'll be something else in relation to this circumstance that is like the final, you know, the final nail in the coffin for you, and you're just like, no, that's it, I'm packing my shit and I'm going, right? I'm done, absolutely done with this situation. So we'll have to look at that, we'll have to clarify that, but there's something, obviously, that just makes you go, no, that's it, finished. Because right now, you're not in that space. Right now, from what I see, you're in the space of recuperation, right? Just coming away from the situation and trying to heal the self. Yeah, you've got the Ten of Wands in reverse, so that's what I'm saying, like, it's not, it's, you know, it's coming to an end. What is this circumstance, this cycle is coming to an end, but it's not finished yet. But I feel like at the time of the full moon, something's going to be communicated or something's going to happen, and that will be the final nail in the coffin, and that's when the finality of this situation will come into effect after the full moon, right? Okay, so we'll clarify that further in a minute, but let's have a look then in regards to the choice you'll have to make. And straight away, the Three of Wands come out, so it's really calling on you to consider what it is that you're trying to manifest in this time, because the full moon, particularly with it, because I believe it is supposed to be a super moon, but you may have to check that. But if it is, then that's an extremely powerful time to manifest changes, particularly in Virgo season, where it is, you know, your season, right? And that's all to do with matters of practicality and organization and getting the home in order, right? That's some of your strongest traits, that you have things organized and, you know, it makes sense, right? So now is a really powerful time for you to make those changes, right? And if you do, then that's going to open a whole new realm of opportunity for you, right? Because this is your time, Virgo. This is your time to make these changes, right? But if if you don't do that, Six of Pentacles in reverse, if you don't make those changes, you can easily find yourself falling back into this circumstance, right? You can easily find yourself just repeating the cycle again, rather than having that clean break and a new beginning. If you don't make changes, significant changes, then you can easily find yourself stuck in this circumstance with no visible improvements, right? Son of Pentacles in reverse is Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I just feel like if you don't make some significant change, I'm not saying you have to just get up, pack your bags and go, but like if you don't make significant changes, then you can easily find this whole circumstance being repeated on loop again. Because there is a lesson in this, right? And I feel like it is in relation to your self-care, yeah. Because it's not manifesting the things into your life that's going to bring the fulfillment that you're looking for. This connection that was once there is no longer there. So you have options, you know, this is the thing. This is what you have to know. You have options. But it's up to you what you choose, right? No one can do it for you, Virgo. So what about the overall outcome then? Let's have a look at that for you. Okay, so you got the Eight of Wands. So yeah, choices, I feel. Choices. You're going to feel like there's choices, but you're stuck, right? That you're stuck in place and that none of them are making sense to you right now. That it's not, that the path is not clear, that you don't know what to do. You're like, I'm not sure where do I go from this? Like, you know, my stable environment is collapsed around me. Where do I go from this, right? That's the energy I feel like you're going to be in for a little while after this. So it may be that you do jump ship, but you don't know where to go. You don't know where you should go after this circumstance. You're like, well, what do I do now? I've just packed all my stuff, left the place, and I have no idea where I'm going to go. So that's something you will have to consider before you make an impulsive decision, I think, where you want to go, right? What is feasible? Maybe you can stay with family, maybe you can stay with friends while you sort things out. Maybe you can book a hotel or, you know, find an Airbnb or rent a place for a short period while you figure out where you want to be, right? So that's something you'll have to look at. But either way, you're coming out of this circumstance. I feel like you really are, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, I feel like you're literally going to walk away from your home. Right? So if this doesn't resonate, if this doesn't apply, then obviously this is not your read, but this is very specific, I feel. Like what's coming through is very, very specific. So it's only going to be for a certain group of people. But yeah, you are leaving. You are walking away, Virgo. You're saying, no, this is my time. You know, this is not the life I envisioned for myself, right? With that Ace of Wands in reverse, that's not what I envisioned for myself. So I'm not accepting this as my reality. I'm changing it. Yeah? Interesting. Okay. So, ooh, things flying out with me again. Okay. So, what I wanted to clarify is what this, what this Three of Swords in reverse was with the Wheel of Fortune. And you've got 3 of Swords in the upright and the 9 of Cups in the upright. So yeah, you recognize that there was, this circumstance wasn't bringing the honesty and integrity and the love and nurturing that you had hoped for, right? That actually this person may have been giving it to someone else, that they were acting like that's what they were doing, but then behind your back they were talking shit about you, or you know, maybe maybe they was trying to butter you up in some way so they could pull the wool over your eyes in regards to a specific matter. It could be a family member, it could be a partner. I feel like some of you it's definitely a partner. For some of you it will be a family member. Let's see if we can get a bit more clarity with that. You got Queen of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Hermit in reverse. So for some of you, I feel like this could be a daughter who is this could be a daughter that's very money orientated, that's very materialistic, and you know, wasn't using any kind of insight or wisdom to make her decisions or before she acted, and she did something impulsive and irrational. Something that caused friction, something that was unexpected, I feel as well. I feel like usually you don't expect this sort of behavior from this person. They're not usually like that. They're usually very rational, but they did something very impulsive that caused a problem within the family. It doesn't have to be. It could be that Queen of Swords energy is your energy and you're just not putting up with it anymore. Let's see if there's anything else. But for a few of you, that could be literally a daughter, granddaughter, a sister. I feel like they're younger, right? I feel like it's a younger person. But then I've got the 4 of Swords in reverse, 6 Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Wands, and the Page of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse. So for some of you, that's going to be, I feel like, a stepson, or potentially a younger brother. But I feel like some of you, that could be a stepson that that caused some conflict in the household, did something deceptive, right? Did something impulsive and deceptive, because they were impatient and they wanted something, so they may have stolen something from you. Could be a stepson that stole something like that, okay? It's going to be different for different people, so just take whatever resonates if it does. But anyway, either way, I feel like someone in your household did something bad, and you were really hurt by it, you were very angry, very upset, and now you're just trying to heal from that. But what is this? I want to know, what is this reveal, right? Let's see if we can get some more shiny, quick light on that. Okay, Lovers. Okay, so some of you, it is going to be that you find out that maybe, you know, if he's the stepson, maybe he did this in order to impress someone he was attracted to. If it's a daughter, it could be the same thing, or that you find out that they're dating someone much older than them, and that really had you angry because maybe they were underage or something like that. For some of you, it's going to be your partner, and you find out that actually he's cheated on you with someone else, or potentially you find out that he's got a whole nother family. My gosh. Well, you're going to find out something big anyway, I feel, in relation to that, and that's going to be the final nail in the coffin. Like, good gosh. Whew, this is heavy. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your circumstance, but it's just like, wow, this is full on Virgo, my gosh. No wonder you just pack your stuff and leave. I would do the same. This is a nightmare, okay? But don't worry, the end is near, okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel, right? The cycle is closing, as we see in your outcome, you know, the Ten of Pentacles here, the upright. It's coming to an end. All of this nonsense is coming to an end. You won't have to deal with it anymore soon, okay? And see if we can get anything else in regards to the outcome. Any last piece of advice for you, Virgo? Okay, so we've got the High Priestess in reverse. So use your wisdom. You may not be listening to your intuition. There may be some more warning signs trying to communicate something to you at this time. So listen to that inner knowing, because that will help you possibly get this information that's currently being kept secret from you. Don't fret. The end is not an end, it's actually a beginning. This is paving the way for you to do the inner work that you were meant to be doing already. There may be some aspects of it that you can't fully, close the door on, particularly if it's your partner and you have kids together. So be aware that even though you can walk away from the circumstance, if there's kids involved, you can't walk away from your children, okay? So it's important that you still maintain contact with them, but you can bar or limit your communication with your partner at this time until you're ready, okay? Not to get back with them, but, to actually be on civil terms for the sake of your children, right? And you've got the Ten of Cups in reverse, so you need to also be aware that there's still grieving to be done. You're still, in the throes of the emotion. So there's going to be times where you really need to just let it go. You need to just have that purge, that outpour. It's okay to be upset. I know you're very practical. You know nonsense and all the rest of it, but you're going to have a moment where you just cry, okay, or you just scream or something, okay? You're going to have this outpour of emotion. That's fine. That's needed. Don't resist it, okay? Let it happen. It will help you heal quicker, and then you can move on. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry this one was a bit long as well for you, Virgo, but obviously there were some very distinct messages here that needed to be communicated, so I felt it was important that you had that information. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments your thoughts. Give it a like if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you for watching, Virgo. I know it's been absolutely batshit crazy for you, but the end is in sight. Don't worry, this shit is going to be gone soon, okay? So take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you soon.